Hey y'all, how you doing? Bit of a different video here. Ketchup and Mustard played the game at Summer Game Fest, and they brought back some footage, and I'm gonna be breaking it down because out of every video I've watched, I definitely think this is the best coverage. And the link for their video is definitely gonna be in the description, so show them some love after this. And yeah, I'm just gonna be breaking down the game, and if you guys don't know my thoughts on the game, I think it's a very good. I think the game is very promising, and yeah, we're gonna be breaking it down, and it'll be fun. Super cringy, yes, I know. That was my cringe intro. But what's up, Daystar? Alright, let's get it, guys.
What's going on, everybody? This is Ketchup and Mustard here from Los Angeles. Once again, we were here at Summer Game Fest for Mortal Kombat 1. We've got to say thank you so much to Warner Brothers
But
UK
this
for
starting
sending
screen
the
is
two of
so
us out
clean.
here for this capture session. We had about between 30 and 40 minutes to capture. And what you're
We talk about how my boy Johnny gets his own stage finally, and it's the best stage MK has ever had. Can we talk about that for a second? Like, they've never given Johnny his own stage, and guess what? He gets his own stage, and it's the best stage ever. It's so clean. What's a cameo? Assist, basically.
about to see is quick fire information. There's a lot of new stuff, and we're going to try and keep it as digestible as possible, but in this video, there's a lot to cover. Now, do you have to keep in mind, pre-release, anything could change.
No,
Like I said,
the stage
we
is
do
fire.
intend on having some more detailed videos coming out, but we wanted to get this one done before we flew home. Oh, there's so much stuff. Oh, there is so much to talk about. But we wanted to get, just talk about the game, give some thoughts, go into as much detail as possible, but I'm telling you, there is going to be a lot of information very fast, so strap yourselves in, let's go. First of all, the up block, a new defensive mechanic. Holding block and pressing up will activate almost like a parry. It beats jump-ins, it beats overheads, and who knows what else it beats.
This is like a flawless block for jump-ins. Here's an interesting part, right? You can still flawless block jump-ins, because flawless block is still a mechanic in this game. You just can't up 2 and up 3 anymore. I wonder if it's weird, because obviously people are gonna empty jump now, right? Now the good mind game about this is you might think up block, because
get to test it thoroughly. However, a successful up block will open the opponent up.
Yeah, up block punishes jump-ins, right? So what people would do to counter this if they jump is they're gonna empty jump or they're gonna do a low. And Sonic said that's a my game because apparently up block has more recovery. Now, some people might think, okay, up block is gonna be risky, but here's the thing: if somebody's empty jumping or not confident in jumping, and your character has a decent anti-air, which anti-airs do look decent in this game, if they're like not doing an instant jump 3 like an MK11, bro, you're gonna be able to anti-air like every time. Like every time somebody jumps, the mind game is in your favor. The mind game is always in the person who's up blocking favor, because if they're mad scared of you just blocking, they're jumping, and they resort to empty jump, and you're just gonna be able to anti-air them quickly when they jump, which I love, obviously. Yeah, that already shows me that they looked at jump-ins and they implemented a feature to just, counter jump-ins, because the MK11 jump 3 meta was crazy. And obviously MK11 also had you guys know MK11 had jump 3 OS, where you did jump 3 like Nomad Dash and it came out on hit, but it doesn't come out on block. I'm guessing that's gone too, so thank God. The PC I didn't even follow. No, the air juggles, or the combos they do in this video are basic, but oh my God, they're sick.
A decent punish. And that's going to be quite a common thing in this game. A lot more adding to just defensive mechanics. Obviously, jumping very prominent in MK11.
Yeah, look at that.
And instantly, there's something you can do about it. Yeah, and a quick example of a punish. We're showing off a couple of Liu Kang moves here, but the big thing we do in this moment is with a fatal blow. We want to look at how long it takes to come back.
So, biggest change, if you guys don't know, fatal blows, they're still the same. You still get them for if you're under 30. They require no resources, but they have a freeze frame. And what people don't notice about a freeze frame is in MK11, somebody does down one fatal blow. If they do down one, you try to walk up and press your button, fatal blow. No time to react, right? And in this game, somebody does down one fatal blow, you're not getting hit by it, because when they do down one and you walk up to press your to like reversal, even if they do down one, and you down one back, and they do down one fatal blow, the armor doesn't start up instantly. So the armor doesn't start up on frame one, and it's a freeze frame. So the randomness of fatal blow is gone, and you can meaty them too. There's examples of fatal blows getting meaty. So fatal blows are going to be now like mainly used for combos, which is what it should have been. So in general, fatal blows are what they should have been in MK11, which is very good to see. What's up, Seth? How you doing? Frank sub does have an overhead. He also has a low that you're about to see. So let's hope the overhead is reactable. But that's the thing. You can break fatal blows. So if they do forward to fatal blow in this game or overhead fatal blow, you can actually break it. So that's why there are armored reversals, but you have to be so manageable with your meter. Because if you use a bar for like a EX push or EX move to get someone off you, right, an armored move. Guess what? If I do a combo into fatal blow, you can't break any of it. And combos in this game do damage because you have a lot of juggles, so. This game looks good, man.
Big thing you would have noticed there, a cinematic startup, which was something that I think this mechanic definitely needed.
Yeah, so Fatal Blow is back. You know, it comes back on whiff or block, sure, but ultimately, you know, it's not just going to be like a desperation move. It has that slow startup. Your cameo
This
has
is the
to
movement.
be not on screen for it to work. And right here is a quick.
The movement does look a bit weird. This is obviously the dash blocking of the game. I do see that they're gonna speed this up a bit. Now I hope they don't speed it up way too much because, you know, we know what happened to MK11. I thought the movement in the beta for MK11 was just walking in neutral. I thought it was fine. I think it was good to play in. And then they added wave dashes and kind of just made the movement unfair in that game because a character like Baraka can barely move, or a character like Fujin, well, not obviously Fujin now moves like insanely fast in rain. Even Cetrion moved faster than Baraka, which shouldn't happen. Like stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I know they're gonna change it a bit because this does look kind of weird. Like you're wave dashing, but you're not moving anywhere.
Cameo has to be not on screen for it to work. And right here is a quick look at the movement, right? So it's dashing.
It'll be good to see what they change.
You cannot cancel dash with block in this game. You have to commit to it, but you can cancel it with a movement option or an attack. So I don't know if that's going to open some like alternative style of wave dashing, but we are back.
Now what they said here is important. You can't cancel a dash with block. So that means if somebody checks your dash, you can't block it. So you can still dash down one, you can dash string, but there's no, like, if I see you dash in my face and then I check it on time, you're not gonna be able to block it like you would in MK11. So that means you actually have to be careful for your dash, which I hope they keep. Please don't. Like, dash blocking is cool, but there has to be some risk to dashing, which I thought there was in MK11, but the more I played it, obviously, just dashing freely in that game is not really risky. Since you could dash block or you could dash button. So we'll see how that works, but you know.
Back to dash movement, but it's dash movement that you can't block out of.
What you're looking at right now is our first attempt at cameos and a few extra strings kind of sprinkled in there. This is a chopped up version of our first ever impressions and time playing the game. So a lot of this that you're seeing here is using it for the first time. What you saw right there, Sub-Zero's back 2. That is a single button, but it launches and leads into a full combo.
This is an overhead as well. This is a launching overhead that Sub-Zero has, leads to good.
I'm trying to figure out if this overhead looks reactable. Let's actually see it. I thought it looked reactable in some of the gameplays, but then the more I look at it, it doesn't look reactable.
What you saw right there, Sub-Zero's back 2. That is a single button, but it launches and
no, that looks like forward 2 from MK11. It kind of looks reactable. It doesn't look instant. It looks more reactable than the MK11 one, but it still looks pretty fast. So it is an overhead, by the way. So and he does have a low. And yeah, you'll see what he does with the low.
This is an overhead as well. This is a launch.
24 frames. Okay, yeah, 24 is a reactable. Okay, so that would be probably combo starter then. So I guess that's gonna be used more for a combo starter rather than a mix-up tool, which is good. Finally, they make Sub-Zero. I mean, hey, there still might be some shit, but it finally does have just like branded 50-50.
Sub-Zero has leads to good damage, very unsafe on block.
It's a mix-up.
That
Good,
kind of
good.
Layer 1 combo tool. Look at this.
Yeah, what's up, Nikki? How you doing?
Now, a lot of Liu Kang's buttons.
Yeah, Sub-Zero's in MK11 was 21 or 19. Yeah, 19 frames. So 19, 24. 24 is around the I think that's like Scorpion's back 3, which or like Nightwolf's, which is reactable, of course. It's just, online it's hard to react to Scorpion's back 3, but it is reactable. So it's definitely reactable, which is good.
Seem to be quite reminiscent of MK11.
Now this move right here, I thought this was like a fireball move Liu Kang got.
Look at some Liu Kang.
But this is his fly kick.
A lot of Liu Kang's buttons seem to be quite reminiscent.
The fireball comes out first, and then he does a fly kick, which means if you see that red dragon, a fly kick is coming. And then you know what it also makes me think about? So Liu Kang in MK11, his fly kick was like what, 14 frames, something like that, like mad fast, and it was so good as a reversal. With this dragon coming out first, it's still pretty fast, but his fly kick might not be like as crazy of a reversal anymore since the fireball should come out first. Scorpion's back 3 is like 20. Yeah, so it's gonna be like Nightwolf. That's what it looks like. That's what I thought it looked like. It looked like Nightwolf's overhead. So okay, that's good to know.
Reminiscent of MK11, right? He's got the forward 4. He's got the kind of standing 3 kicks for just kind of confirms and whatnot.
Bro, the combo potential already is like these are not like obviously these are not optimals because they didn't have a lot of time with them, but it's obviously took a look at the air juggles because you have way more time to combo in the air now. And I think you could get like up to 2 or 3 juggles in the air, like in one combo. So combos are definitely gonna be fun, and they're definitely back from like MKX. Probably even get more ridiculous combos than MKX had. Which is crazy to think about because MKX combos are insanely long.
Whatnot. Yeah, you see it right there. Just kind of, what was that, 3-3-3 sequence?
3-3-3, and that one is 3-2. 3-2.
His telly is over. His telly looks like a good answer.
Fireball, there is an element of an overhead low that can be added by Cameo pressure, but that's something.
Or combos in MKX. I mean, what'd you do in MKX? You did Katana fan, jump 3 fan, stand 3 fan, lift, neutral jump punch, ender. Wow, that was cool.
For a little bit later, we're looking at a bit more Sub-Zero, and this freeze right here. This
is Sub's new ice ball. This
stuns mid combo.
Yeah, this is gonna be used as a pop up.
You have to do the ground freeze instead.
No, I think this
it's
is
an air fan. I mean, you're an MKX stand, so no matter how good the next game is, your mind ain't changing off MKX.
In MK1, basically, if you put your opponent in a high enough juggle state, you get access.
Liu Kang looks so sick. Look at these strings, bro.
That work exclusively for juggle combos. It's
where the instant airs at?
We don't know how deep.
Oh, there's definitely instant airs.
But it's certainly brand new to the NetherRealm era of MK.
Speaking of which, you can see it again. Sub-Zero's, I believe, 1-2 in the air.
So that right there is Sub's low string.
He's the only character in this build that has the ability to.
You're gonna see he's able to cancel it later.
There are not universal options.
But
some characters can do things that others can't, but it can lead to wonderful combos, which turns Sub-Zero, I think, into quite an accessible character. We're taking a look at some of the fireballs here. Liu Kang in this game has quite a few options, and we go over them throughout this video.
The flawless block is back, except they don't have
flawless block. Flawless block is back. However, it
up twos and up threes, which is great.
Meter gain for the opponent, but it also does not lead to as many options before, and that's a big change.
It's basically done for individual attacks. You're not going to be doing attacks or launchers or whatever out of it. It is purely done to negate chip and meter build on the opponent. So it's back.
And this Jax assist looks so weird.
What you're seeing here is some use of the Cameo, the combo breaker right here.
Okay, so breakers are back and they're 3 bars. I hope they don't change this. Like, I know a lot of people are probably gonna say change it to 2 bars. The reason I say this is because they have armored launchers back. But then you also have Fatal Blow. And Fatal Blow is a mechanic you don't have to use resources for. So you kind of have a combo ender that's also armored. Oh god, that was bad. when I gotta talk about that, I don't want to hear it. That was terrible. I'm deleting this VOD. But there also are yeah, that was pretty bad. That might have been one of my worst ones, like ever. That was pretty bad. So Fatal Blows don't require a bar, so you get them for free, and they are armored on. They're not armored on frame 1, but they do have armor, so you can react to stuff with them probably. So I do think this should stay 3 bars, just so you actually have to manage your meter properly and not just throw out armored reversals for free, along with having Fatal Blow for free. So, but if they change it to 2, I won't. I mean, we'll see.
to have a cameo available, and it takes all 3 bars.
Well, you get to see Breaker's back and Breakaway's gone, because Breakaway is one of the worst mechanics I've ever seen in a fighting game.
Basically, all of your resources for a combo break. But here's something we were told that we did not record. You can break fatal blows.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You can break fatal blows in this game.
You know, it's not going to be that.
It's probably not going to be when the animation hits. It's when the attack hits initially.
And remember, fatal blow is not tied to the super meter anymore. So you're going to have a lot of bar, but you're going to have to spend.
And it's kind of weird to think about, because supers are normally never
that
breakable.
Right there is one of the cameo assists that Jax can do. And while we show these, we have to mention there are 2 types of cameo attacks. One of them is called a summon, and the other is an ambush.
See, this is good to know, because no other breakdown talked about this. So just hear this part out.
Types of cameo attacks. One of them is called a summon, and the other is an ambush. The summon cameo is when your base player stands still while the cameo comes in. That is a bit more restrictive. However, the ambush version, aka Kano's knife toss or Jax's air grab, you can move while these happen. And the difference between these two is incredibly important.
look at
right
that.
here. Sub-Zero.
Yeah, right there. That's good to know, because obviously we saw with Kano that his laser makes you stand still, but then his knives and his Kano ball don't. But it's good to know that it's actually like on purpose, not just random. Like every character has assist that you can move with, and they have assist you can't move, rather than like one cameo having an assist you just can't move with at all. So that's good to know. It also means like beam assist, which is like a huge thing in versus games, is not going to be as strong, I guess, because like in versus games you just call it beam assist and you go in with it. So I guess it's not as strong.
Can combo off his normally uncomboable low with an.
Yeah, this is what I was showing. His low isn't, it doesn't combo normally, but obviously with the cameos, like routes that don't combo normally are gonna be, you know, have extensions due to cameos, which is pretty sick.
Ambush assist.
Yeah, and it just opens up so much creativity. And don't worry, we will be making a video just going over cameos in great detail, so we will be doing that as well. But even at first glance, right, this is literally what you're seeing, our first ever time with the game, and we're already seeing cameos and
Hence
thinking,
all
what
my
can we do?
crusty combos.
But even there, like the down 2 in the corner, still leading them to be full screen. Like, there's a lot of returning features.
I see
that
Johnny
are
gameplay
also different,
ASAP.
right? They've got just slight changes to them.
This is disgusting, by the way. Being able to go into a throw and having the Kano ball ready to go to get damage regardless, which leads us on to that throw game. A forward throw.
So if you guys don't know why that grab thing happens right there, back grabs are character grabs. So when you back grab, your character does the grab. Forward grabs are cameo grabs. So if your cameo isn't available, or if you call your cameo for an assist and you forward grab, the character will do a shove like this right here
to get damage regardless, which leads us on to that throw game. A forward throw always uses your.
Now apparently this forward grab is plus.
And a back throw.
If he shoves you, it's plus on on hit. Obviously we don't know, but yeah, that's kind of cool. I guess like if somebody doesn't have a cameo and you're aware of that, you can just tech back if you don't want to, you know, take the grab damage. So there's like that mind game, which is kind of cool. That's actually no. This is I wonder. I gotta say the broken shit with the forward grabs is gonna be crazy. Yeah, no, Johnny's not ready yet, 100%. That's why they barely showed him. When they do show him, goddamn.
Uses the base fighter that you're playing. If the cameo is not available, it engages a shove. Now we don't know what the frame data is. By the way, that's a ridiculously cool recapture that Sub-Zero has. The throw game is so heavily based on your cameo that it's going to be a big part of the match.
You see that corner combo, by the way? So the clone is
pretty good, mate.
So
pretty good.
The clone is back.
Bro, this one combo right here. This is actually crazy. This is a mirror. This is mirror. No, this is one bar. And he didn't even use a cameo in this combo.
So heavily based on your cameo that it's going to be a big part of the match.
You see that corner combo, by the way? So the clone is
pretty good, mate.
So
pretty good.
The clone is back, but as we said before, Sub-Zero's ice ball is actually quite slow in this game, so you're not really going to be comboing into it from standing strings. However, he kind of has an ice version of Scorpion's Hellfire that when you do the EX version of, freezes them right there. That's basically EX Hellfire, but for Sub-Zero, and that is his standing freeze. So if you use that to freeze on the ground.
Bro, this stage looks so sick. Oh my god. You know what I like about the most about this? The water effects. The water in the back, the pool. Obviously, you got the skyline, but the pool looks sick.
and then you do a clone, you can basically get 2 freezes in one combo, which leads to some real.
I think this is Liu Kang's new bicycle kick. Still has a ridiculous corner carry, of course. It's Liu Kang, but Liu Kang looks very similar to MK11. He has his forward 4-string back. He has low fireball, standard fireball. Doesn't have a command grab, so we can celebrate. He does have this one teleport move, which it looks like a good anti-air, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm glad armor is back, but it's not armor launchers. Now there's gonna be ways to combo, like Sub-Zero's armor slide pops up, but you can't get a combo from it. But if you use a cameo, you can. So there is gonna be stuff like that, but obviously with Breaker in the game, like it's just good to see options rather than, you know, flawless block up threes. I'm just so glad like rolls and all that is gone. So yeah, it's either armored launcher or just hold this meaty, and you can't wake up fatal blow anymore because it'll stuff the armor, the startup.
We're doing a few extra special moves here. This is the wake up system. The wake up system has more elements to it, but however their armor exists, but it can still be broken. I don't know if other moves have maybe more.
No, they I think Ketchup Mustard said it. Excuse you.
Remains to be seen, but here's the wake up situation.
Maybe
Armor
you can't.
essentially gives you MKX wake up attacks. However,
this is what I like. This is him using a bar to just get you off of him, right? But it's not armor launchers. This is obviously not comboable. No. Slide looks like it's combo, so it's not every armored reversal. Because I don't think you can combo off this. Maybe you call in Jack's grab. I don't know.
Armor,
but it's just good to know that we actually have media. Like, bro. Like MK11. Like, I liked MK11 year 1, but I think over the past 3 years, it just made me forget how just like normal fighting and things work.
Essentially gives you MKX wake up attacks. However, if you use a summon assist for your cameo, that can also act as a wake up, but I believe it's more.
This is interesting. I didn't know this. So you can call in an assist as a wake up as well. Now, they said it has. Well, hear it.
Or like MK9 with slight invincibility. So there are 2 different kinds, and also 1 delay only. There is no multiple delay wake up in this game.
Yeah, so basically to TLDR,
So you can wake up assist if you don't have any bar, but I think slight invincibility means you can time your meaty to where I don't know how MK9 wake ups work. So that comment is like weird to me. I don't know how it worked, but I guess that means if you time your meaty at a certain point, it's not invincible. And you can stuff it and the assist. So that's good to know. But it's good to know that you still have defensive options. Justice wake ups? Oh, okay. Also, some cameos might be fully invincible. And then that'll decide which cameos are better. Okay, that's good to know.
MK9 wake up is the summon cameo wake up attack, and armor wake up is basically EX.
Yeah, this is Liu Kang's new teleport move. This is actually a decent anti-air from what I've seen.
Armor on wake up either. Like, so sub slide EX is armored always. It just obviously is your go-to wake up. And by the way, sub's got a dive.
They gave Sub-Zero a dive kick. I don't know why, but here we are. So let's play it.
Now. That you can combo from.
Not only a dive kick, but a dive kick that he can combo from if he's at the correct height. So no doubt we're going to be seeing that a lot more. And speaking of special moves, the EX flying kick,
It's behind sub.
does grant you a launch.
Yes.
Now these combos, I gotta say, it's actually very simple compared to what we would eventually learn. What you're looking at right now is our first ever time with the game. We were fortunate enough to have a little bit of extra time, not to record, for obviously the sake of fairness and everything else, but to sit and just play and learn. And I cannot...
So this is going to be interesting right here. So you see Subdo slide and call Kano knife here, right?
Everything else, but to sit and just play...
Now, I'm guessing if you time it, you can do a slide on block, and then Kano knife makes you safe. This is the interesting stuff that's gonna happen with assist. I wonder how that's gonna work. Obviously, you see Sub getting knocked down on his own slide here because I'm guessing it hit at the same time.
Obviously, the sake of fairness and everything else, but to sit and just play and learn. And I...
So yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be interesting to see how that works.
Cannot stress enough that what you're seeing here isn't even scratching the surface of what is possible even in this build.
No, like cameos are the game. Like real, true, they are the whole point of the game, right? You pick your cameo and it completely shapes your offense, right? Calling a cameo to make unsafe things safe, using it for combo extensions, using it for higher damage. I mean, there's just so much you can do, right? I mean, even like basic Sub-Zero combos like that.
Yeah.
Mechanics. Look,
You can also use cameos to probably
imagine
like
if I could combo from that if I'm quick enough.
yeah, block
Like,
strings.
the
It's gonna be
possibilities are
interesting.
just
Yeah.
non-stop. Like I cannot stress enough how excited I am to see what cameos do at a higher level when this game fleshes out, because like the possibilities are just tremendous.
Now, we've got to say, some of those more aware viewers might have noticed that Jax's ground pound does hit both you and your opponent, so that's a huge part of the game. And Jax's air grab assist move with his cameo, a major part of combo
dashes on.
extensions. You're not
I
really
don't
going to
think-
see them in
I
this
don't think they
video,
covered that.
but eventually I was doing
sure.
things like launch into a 3-hit string, into Jax air grab, into a continuation. So the combo potential, especially with the cameos and then the air combat on top, I'm very excited to see the creativity getting opened up by an overhead there. Sub-Zero's going to get an ender into a new move, the ice push, as it were.
Yeah, he basically makes a clone of himself and sends the opponent full screen on it. It's almost like a Noob Cybot clone, but ice. Oh, and speaking of clone, this is what we're having.
Oh, this part I got so happy about.
Look for clone into throw.
Thank God. I know cloning came back, but thank God you can't do this, bro.
For the freeze that you normally get in MK9 and X. Not the case in
Thank
this
you,
game.
Lord.
No way. It is not.
Oh my
It's
God.
not up for long enough to guarantee it, but the clone still nullifies projectiles and obviously still freezes on touch and lets you do extra combos in the corner. So
Speaking of nullifying projectiles, this is something that we noticed instantly. Sending out a cameo fighter to essentially absorb a hit of a projectile, you take a little bit of
They're trolling. I'm gonna ban you.
damage, but they basically sponge that hit and allow you to either create some more space or to get in yourself. So again, the cameos, they develop a lot. Jax has his grab here. Some of you might have seen on Twitter, certainly not from us.
oh, by the way, overhead into Fatal Blow.
Yeah,
Raw overhead.
we're bringing that back. We're bringing that back from MK11. Jax is
But I run into. Oh, you're talking about them bringing back clone? Well, what do you mean? It's your favorite move. I mean, it doesn't look as it's still gonna be broken as clone.
forward throw with the cameo. You can spend meter to
Yeah, what's
make
up,
more
JV?
damage. You can spend
Yo,
up
talk
to
to thank you
2
for the follow.
bars, and at
Appreciate
that
it.
point it does a
Apparently, Jax's forward grab you can EX it twice to get like 19%. So that's actually pretty cool to see. Yo, Rican, thank you for the sub, my man. How you been? Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. How you been? How you been?
out 20.
Oh,
Thank
and
you,
worth
my boy.
knowing as well, if your cameo takes
Hope you
damage,
been
you
good.
take damage.
Hope you're good.
And right there,
Can't speak.
like if
Hope
you've
you've
got those
been good, bro.
projectiles that let you extend,
God
that's
damn.
basically cool Kano commits to a normally unsafe string, and on hit, full combo. And you know, you see me try a few different options.
Oh, clone it to me to bring
we said,
Slash
we
Stores.
played
Yeah, it
some,
probably will.
Like off of recording, and
They gave me-
there
yeah,
are
Kenshi
so
looks
many more
sick.
combos from these options.
Doing good?
calling
Hey,
the
Gladiator,
Kano
thank you,
ball
bro,
assist
again.
that you
I
can
appreciate you.
charge and going for like, you know,
Right there, yeah,
unsafe
you can
option,
definitely
letting
combo
the
that
Kano
if you call
go,
it.
but they have to
The
really
timing
bring
looks
it
very
to let it
strict.
go, like, it really just opens
Looks
up
very
so much.
strict.
When we were playing after this, and by the way, you can get so much more than this. This is very much a proof of concept into
I
the
gotta see
fireball,
Johnny too.
which is a new move. You know, for
By the way,
Liu Kang,
YouTube
having that
and
projectiles.
obviously you guys, if when they release Johnny, I'm streaming instantly. I gotta even if they reveal, I gotta see everything Johnny could do. I really wonder what Johnny combos are gonna look like in this game. Because obviously there's air combos. So I wonder if he's still gonna be like a stand one combo type of character, which he's always been. He does like stand one loops. Or I wonder if he's gonna like Johnny's gonna have some air shit. So he's gonna be sick, bro.
The extensions are rather extensive, and even right
The
there, that
stricter-
normally would work, and then you could finish it.
Johnny can't do much with testing him now. Damn it.
Oh, you do, for sure.
It just takes time. Like, don't expect to just pick the game up and then, like, in 5 minutes you're gonna be doing the super.
No punch
combo
reset
combos,
into
'cause you
assist,
do just
yes.
need to get used to it, but it feels kind of like using
Raw shadow kick into Kano assist. I'm safe.
MK9. If ever you play tag mode in MK9 and you're calling tag options for like certain things, it's a bit like that. I would say that's the closest comparison we can do right now.
Even right here, when I was going for the jumping into Fireball, it's better off that Liu Kang can go for his grounded launcher because he will still have time after the Jax.
By the way, I was talking
yeah.
before about that overhead is normally tremendously unsafe. Death on block. You can call the Kano ball assist, which is again, it's an ambush assist, so you don't need to be locked in
That's
place.
cheap.
Commit to an unsafe overhead, and on block, just let the Kano ball go. and it opens up that dynamic.
Look at this anti-air.
This
anti-air is ridiculous.
Was so good.
Liu Kang's wasn't so good. I think again it's
character. Now Liu Kang's got stealth like 4 times, but
character. Do not fear though. When we were playing this,
Sub-Zero's anti-air is ridiculous.
Out of Liu Kang's standing one.
Then remember, if someone's doing this to you, you can up block, and then if they're trying to empty jump because you're up blocking, you do a stand one anti-air, which they said works. The stand one still works as an anti-air, which is good to know.
So the combination of various buttons and then the up block could, in theory, present some strong anti-airs, but time remains to be seen.
The actual jumps themselves are quite floaty, so you will have a long time to commit to the up block if someone is just never faking out into empty jumps, and you really have a lot of options there.
But overall,
the juggles you get off airs are actually crazy.
Immediately early days. I think this is reflected heavily, I think, by a lot of the other content that talented folks on YouTube have been able to put out themselves. There's a lot of this learning period, and you're kind of along for the ride with us.
Why is Lou still on looking sus?
Very different story.
Hey, Lou bullied us for 4 years.
Smallest amount of
nerf him to the ground. Nah, I think Lou is cool. I like watching Lou in tournament, so I don't want them to nerf him. Don't make it broken.
Most characters have a ground.
He's gonna be broken. It's Liu Kang. I mean,
the gravity in his combo seems to be, at least in this build, incredibly generous. So the point is, day one with this kind of game, I can't wait to see what people are going to come up with.
But like, even if you're playing a character that has like low options for like
I don't know if that Kano laser's a mid or a high.
Or stuns or whatever, just pick a cameo that does, and that instantly is going to make up for it. Like I really don't know what it's going to lead to making a character good or not in this game.
But that's going to be it for today's video.
It's a high,
okay. Be quick fire, information. But on that note, stay tuned. We're going to do a lot more in-depth breakdowns when we return to the United Kingdom, where proper editing can begin. One final thank you so much
to ketchup mustard for that video. If you guys
sending us out for this event to capture.
Go show them some love if you guys aren't subbed to them already.
So
like the video right there.
What's in the game? How does this work? How does that work? And we kind of wanted to try and concentrate as much of that into this first video. So if you kept up with us, we appreciate you.
Now, I'm going to say it just real quick. I know this was quick fire. I know it was a lot to keep up with, but trust us, there is more to come.
Yeah, they got more.
In the UK, let us get home, and we'll get back to it. Thank you so much, everyone. Once again, thank you, Warner Brothers and NetherRealm, for all the help and assistance in us coming to Summer Game Fest. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you very soon.
Go send some love, guys. Sub to their channel. Give them a like. They do have more footage, they said, so when they upload those, I'll probably do the same thing and review it. But that definitely is the best video that I've seen that shows what the game's potential could be. Because I was expecting, I did like watching Sonic's, but Sonic was just trying to do a Kenshi combo for 30 minutes, so it didn't really show us much other than like up block. So that was definitely the most informative. Like I said again, my thoughts are I really think this game looks promising. I didn't expect this game to I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but it does everything I wanted them to do in like mixing what was good from MKX and also mixing what was good from MK11, which is like the neutral aspect rather than just 50-50s being like the main focus, right? So the game looks like it has combo potential. The movement looks like it's neutral based, which I like. The defensive mechanics are good, and they also added like a specific defensive mechanic just so you can anti-air people, which is amazing. Yeah, the game looks promising, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I think what makes or breaks this game is gonna be cameos, because cameos, they don't look, what I do like about them is they don't look overly broke right now, but we're only seeing 3 of them, and Kano's looks pretty good. Kano cameo looks really good. But it doesn't look overly broke, which is what I mean. Like his laser, his beam assist, it forces you to take like you can't play. It forces you to sit there rather than, you know, you call it in and then you just go in 50-50, do whatever you want, which is good to see. Obviously, that's what people in versus games like, but when I watch versus games, I think that's just kind of brain dead. But that's obviously perspective of fighting games. Me personally, I don't like that. But I don't like just free ways to get in on people in fighting games. I feel like that's just kind of. That's why I hate Run. That's actually why I hate Run. People ask me why I hate Run. I hate the idea of like people just getting in on you for free. Like you don't have to work to get in on an opponent. I just don't like that idea. Obviously everyone has different perspectives to how fighting games should be played. That's just mine. But The game looks very promising, I can't lie. And that video was great. Combos look combos look sick. Yeah, Sonya's assist looks good too. Jack's assist is probably the one that we all looked at as like, that's kind of. But he does have an air grab, which is good for combos. He has that move that you saw, his projectile, that looks like it's plus probably, so you use that for block pressure. And ground pound. Now ground pound might be busted because if you have an air projectile, like if you're Katana or Liu Kang, whatever, if you're calling ground pound right when it's about to hit and then you do an air fireball, how does someone avoid that? Yeah, also unblockable setups. It's definitely gonna be true. So Jack's assist is like, I want to say it's bad. I just say it's definitely like the least used right now. I also hope Jax is a character because I think Jax in a game like this would actually be sick. Dash punch combos, like the extensions a character like Jax would have in in this game would be amazing. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I can't lie. Like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yeah, I'll have to see. I'm actually excited for this game. I didn't like I said, I didn't expect myself to actually be this excited for it, but really everything they've shown is like all the stuff we hated in MK11, like the KBs, the you know, down one backdash, breakaway, fadeable, even fadeable, like they brought it back, but it's like a balanced version now. Like everything looks good. You have to manage your meter again. Combos look like they have creativity. So it definitely looks very promising. Um, yeah, I just think the cameos are definitely gonna make or break the game. If they're like, well, based on what we've seen, cameos are definitely not just like MK11 towers where you just don't even have to use them. Cameos look like they're actually very essential, which is cool to see. But again, they don't look overly brain dead. But I can't say that because there's only been 3 cameos. What if they add a cameo like? But yeah, but that's what I mean. Like I thought like something like Shank Spark, Hell Sparks, if he's a cameo would be brain dead. But if what if that is like Kano's assist where you just call it as a counter projectile rather than you just call in Hell Sparks. But then at the same that can also be good. So there's just a lot of things that go into play, and it's gonna be fun to see. Obviously, they're doing DLC characters with cameo DLCs, so every DLC pack they release, you're gonna get more assists, which is cool. Um, Reptile Ball assist, and you go behind. I wonder, yeah. The character I definitely want playable right now, obviously other than Johnny, is I hope Jax is the main character. Sonya is cool, but I can care less. And Kano, yeah, I don't care about Kano. I really hope Jax is playable because a game like this, I feel like he'd be so sick to play as. And Raiden looks sick too. I want to try Raiden. I'm definitely looking at Johnny and Raiden. Like Johnny's guaranteed, obviously, but the second character I'm looking at right now is Raiden because I really liked Raiden when MK11 came out. I wanted to try him, and I did, obviously. But I think his playstyle in that game kind of like maybe not like him as much anymore. But seeing him in the trailer actually like made me like, oh damn, Raiden is sick. So yeah, that was the breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah.